Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. I'm not going to lie to you, up until about 3 minutes ago, I had no idea what today's Vlogmas was going to entail because, to be perfectly honest with you, today is quite literally just the most normal day of all time, except I have spent a lot longer than I usually would in the gym and at Daylesford because, oh, it's actually a very long story as to why, so I'm not even going to go into it. But basically I have no plans for today, and it's grey and it's miserable, so naturally that to me is just quite literally the recipe for a mac and cheese kind of day. And my entire day today is now going to revolve around making what I think might be the best mac and cheese of all time. We are going to create that for a very, very late lunch. It's actually just gone 1 p.m. I have spent, a lot of time at the club this morning. I did a sauna, I had a swim, I did Pilates, and I just had loads of like fiddly little jobs that I needed to do on my phone, so I did them on the treadmill and I ended up walking for an hour and a half. So it's been an exceptionally productive and lovely day, but a little bit late off the bat starting my Vlogmas for today, so I apologise. Matcha to fuel us on the way home, but I don't think I've got any milk or brie. That's a little sneak peek into today's mac and cheese recipe. So we're going to really quickly dash into the farm shop. Let's do a mac and cheese shop together, and then we'll head home and make it. As you may have just seen some little sneaky clips of, I bought with me today the Shark Flexi Styler, and I've only ever used it on the bristle brush before, but today I thought, I only gave myself 3 minutes of playing with it, but I used the, I don't even know what you'd call them, the funky attachment. Oh, they're still warm. I used these, but literally so quickly, just because I wanted to see how it worked. I didn't even separate my hair out properly. I didn't give it a cool shot or anything like that. Just that was all I did, and it's given my hair just a really, really nice little bit of shape. So I might add that into my usual blow dry routine. I doubt it will last, especially seeing as it's quite miserable today. There's definitely a drizzle in the air. But anyway, my darlings, welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. It's going to be a cozy one. I hope you've had a really lovely cozy day, and if you are like me, where when you see a macaroni cheese or think about one, you immediately have to have one, then sorry, not sorry. This is very cute. They've got the Christmas trees out, and my goodness, these are not just any Christmas trees, these are Daylesford organic Christmas trees. Look how perfect they are. Have you ever seen such a fabulous shape? However, if I was being a Christmas tree critic, I would say these lovely soft branches are not going to be able to hold very heavy baubles. That would be my Christmas tree criticism. Okay, we are in my favourite room in Daylesford. This is the cheese room, and I'm just deciding which cheese, here we go, to put in today's mac and cheese. A classic brie for a festive mac and cheese, but I think we should also do something a bit richer. I've got cheddar at home, I've got parmesan at home. I was just pretending to be on the phone because someone was looking at me. What's this? 𝑭𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆. I've never heard of this. Sweet and rich with hints of caramel and honey. Caramel and honey in a mac and cheese. Oh, that sounds sensational. They have just got so many cheeses here. This is my favorite room in the entire world, I would say. What is this? I like it. Oh, that is the one that I've literally just got. What's this? Oh, it's all the 𝑭𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆. Ah, so it looks like this, and I feel like just looking at it, you know that's going to be a really good cheese. And then I just grabbed some brie as well. Oh, there is truffled brie. Ooh, I love a blue cheese mac and cheese, a blue cheese and walnut mac and cheese. That sounds amazing. Gosh, there's just so many to choose from. I've got cheddar at home, I've got parmesan at home. Pecorino is another good one. I think 3 will be enough. This is exciting. They've got some of the Christmas bits out. Christmas gravy. This is sensational. We had one of these the other day, actually on my birthday last week, and it was so, so good. And they've already got the vegan beetroot Wellington Christmas puddings out. Oh, they are so, so good. Okay, back home again, and I'm so excited to cook this. I'm gonna get cracking straight away. So I picked up a cranberry sauce and the cheeses that I showed you, a few other bits and bobs, and a nice organic whole milk from the farm shop. And I'll just quickly go through the other ingredients that you'll need. So, by the way, I have shared my macaroni cheese recipes so many times before. I apologise if this is repetitive, but for anyone that's new, this is going to be kind of the heartiest and I would say like high fibre kind of mac and cheese. A little bit different to ones that you will have seen in the past, and I know that many of you love it as much as I do. If any of you are so inclined to do a little festive mac and cheese cook along with me, then please make sure you tag me in your photos, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your mac and cheese, and any variations that you do, please tell me. So the pasta that you use is obviously a very, very important choice, and as of the last, I would say 18 months or so, this has been by far hands down my absolute favourite. The brand is called Northern Pasta Co. Love that it's a British company, and it's actually spelt pasta. So spelt pasta, it's a little bit less kind of refined as a traditional pasta. It is high in fibre. It generally has more kind of nutrition and vitamins in there. In my eyes, it's a healthier pasta. And I find that it's also a little bit easier to digest. If you find that you get quite bloated, I definitely do, then try switching to spelt pasta. Before discovering this pasta company, and I think Charlie actually just, do you know what? I think Charlie might have got me some Northern Pasta Co. Pasta in my advent calendar last year. That may be where this whole love affair began. Yeah, it's definitely my favourite. You can also now actually buy it in Daylesford, which is great. I was thinking I should say to Daylesford that we should club together to do like a Josie's mac and cheese Daylesford hamper. Wouldn't that be amazing? Because you can get all of the ingredients for my mac and cheese at Daylesford. Anyway, I digress. Also, the shape of your pasta is very, very important, and I have got a top 3. Number 1 is rigatoni, because it's the perfect chunky tube that like the sauce sits inside the tube, and it's just so satisfying. They're not too small, so you get like a decent amount of mac and cheese in each mouthful. And like little macaroni is great, but you've got to get quite a lot on your fork, so it's just a little bit more logistical. So this is number 1. Okay, I've got the kettle going in the background now, so apologies if you can hear it. My second top choice for the pasta, yes, I take this very, very seriously in case you couldn't tell, would be radiatori, because as you might be able to guess from the name, they are like little mini radiators. The way that the cheese sauce gets stuck in between the grills of the radiator, oh, it's just so good. I might do radiatori today. I might do radiatori. That's a very close call. And then, to be honest, my third favourite is not quite as strictly defined, but I would say that a mini pasta like this is fantastic if this one is called 𝑭𝒊𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆. This one is great if your mac and cheese is your side dish to like a steak or a burger. Then a little pasta like that is great because it's, you know, you can do it in little pots if you want to. When we've got a Christmas jumper party at George and Petra's in a couple of weeks' time, and they've asked me to make mac and cheese for everybody, so I think I'll do 𝑭𝒊𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆, whatever it's called. 𝑭𝒊𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆. I will use that so that it's more shareable. When I make mac and cheese, I don't share it normally. It's a portion for one. It could be my only meal of the day because it's so filling and hearty. But anyway, so that's the most important ingredient, is the pasta. I would say the quality of your ingredients does make a big difference. So using a nice organic whole milk, the best quality cheese that you can possibly find, makes a big difference. And something else, if you're going to treat yourself to a wonderful festive mac and cheese, this is actually not Daylesford apple juice. This is my homemade chicken stock that you'll have seen me making yesterday with the chicken bones from the Christmas dinner that we filmed last week. So this with water is how I'm going to cook my pasta, and it's just going to make the pasta so much richer and tastier and hearty and healthy, because this is packed with goodness and collagen. So this is like a healthy, kind of hearty, nutritious mac and cheese. So that's important. Plain flour is another ingredient that you'll need. We get this from a local company. If you watched Clarkson's Farm, and in particular the episodes with the guy from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, this is his company, Wild Farmed. So they practice regenerative farming, which is a far more sustainable way of farming the land so that you don't over farm land, and you basically get more nutrition from the ingredients that you're able to grow. It's better for the land, it's better for the environment. So we love how this is farmed, and again, another lovely British company that we are supporting with our flour. Butter. I'm using Daylesford organic butter. See, these really are like the best ingredients, and it really does pay off in the outcome of your macaroni cheese. Then we've got the cheese. So because I'm doing more of a hearty mac and cheese, I've actually decided I'm not going to do brie and cranberry. I might still do cranberry, but brie is just going to get overpowered. So I'm going to do cheddar and sorry, this is Parmesan, and I also have some Gruyere in the fridge. So those are going to be my 3 cheeses for today. Also in the fridge, I found that I have got some leftover bacon that really needs eating. So I'm going to crisp up some bacon in a pan on the side, and this is going to be part of my topping. The rest of the topping is going to be shredded breadcrumbs with a little bit of herb and some Parmesan cheese. So this is basically going to be the heartiest, most wonderful, oozy, creamy mac and cheese. And I can't believe I've been talking about my mac and cheese for nearly 5 minutes and we're yet to start making it. So let's get cracking. So for our pasta, we're doing half boiling water with half chicken stock. Sometimes it's kind of goes a bit like jelly, and that's just because of literally the collagen. I'm going to rinse this under the tap and get all the goodness out. And even though the broth is salty, I'm adding a little bit more in as well. And I'm going to wait for this to come to the boil before I start adding my pasta. But on this side, I'm going to start on the sauce. While we wait for the pasta to boil, I'm going to grate my cheese. So I'm going to use Parmesan, cheddar and Gruyere, as I mentioned. I'm going to be lazy or efficient and do it in the Thermomix. So abracadabra, ding. There we go. So I've got a bowl of, this is the cheddar and the Gruyere, and then I keep the Parmesan separate because most of this is actually going to go for the topping. Okay, so we're working on the sauce. This pan is getting nice and hot, but it's still on the lower hob. I'm adding a knob to the hob, knob of butter. And now that this is melted, I'm adding in couple of spoons of flour, and we're going to stir this all together. From this point you have to be quite militant with the stirring because it's going to form a paste and you don't want it to get too lumpy. And now we're going to start adding in bit by bit, stirring as we go, the lovely whole milk. Time to add the pasta into the boiling water. And now quickly back to stirring this. And as soon as it turns into a paste, you add more milk. You can always use a whisk if it starts to get a little bit lumpy. Okay, I'm stirring my pasta every now and then, and I have just snipped up a few of the slices of bacon. This is completely optional, but today, as you know, it's a very luxurious mac and cheese, so I'm just going to let that bacon get really crispy in the pan. It's fine to use the same spoon, it's all going in the same dish. And then back to stirring my sauce. I'm going to add in about half a teaspoon of garlic granules, salt and pepper, and the cheddar and Gruyere, and then some freshly grated nutmeg. Yum. And this is about the consistency that you'd like with your sauce. When you think your pasta's nearly ready, I definitely recommend tasting a little bit. Check for the seasoning. Wow. Okay, I've drained my pasta. It's al dente, so there's still a little tiny bit of a crunch. And it's time to pour on the sauce. Look at this. Ooh, yummy, yummy, yum, yum, yum. Give it a good stir in. Now I'm going to add in, look at that juice from the bottom of the cranberry sauce jar. This is obviously my old one, not one that I just bought. I'm gonna add in a few sensational dollops of cranberry sauce. Cover with parmesan. Here comes the crispy bacon. Ooh. Oh my gosh, yum, yum, yum. Now don't wash up your bacon pan just yet, because I've got one final trick to show you. But while we prepare that, I'm gonna get this started in the oven. Into the blender, this is some slightly stale Daylesford sourdough, which I'm going to add in to the pan that the bacon cooked in. So they get all that lovely, amazing bacon flavour. Oh my gosh, what a hack this is. Oh yes. So we're adding the crispy bacony breadcrumbs onto the top, and by doing it in stages this way, the mac and cheese top is crispy and the breadcrumbs are crispy, so you don't get any soggy layers in between, and all of the flavours are just infused so well. And then back in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, this might sound like a really silly thing to say, but one of my favourite things about this dish is the time that it's in the oven. I will do my complete clear up, tidy up, wash up, put away the ingredients, which are literally just like all over the kitchen. It is such a mess. I get very excited when I'm making my mac and cheese and I don't stop to wash up as I go. I just want to get it in the oven as soon as possible, knowing that I've got this time to do the washing up. And I know that that makes me really, really sad. The fact that that makes me happy. Do you know what? No. I think we all need to appreciate the silly things about ourselves, and if having time to wash up makes me happy, then there we go. So I'm going to crack on with that now. And then I'll see you again in 10 minutes when my mac and cheese is ready to be enjoyed. And this is going to be the longest 10 minutes of my life, because I just know that that is going to be sensational. Oh, yes. Oh my God. Can you hear that crackle? Oh, that's Dickie joking. tender crackle of the bubbling cheese and the crunchiness of the breadcrumbs and the bacon. Oh my goodness me. This may just be the best mac and cheese of all time. Oh wow. Wow. That is amazing. Okay, I cannot wait to eat this. I now need 30 minutes uninterrupted with this, watching TV. I'm gonna be watching I'm a Celeb because I've got a lot of catching up to do. When I tell you this may just be the best mac and cheese I've ever made, it's most definitely within the top 5. So sensational. So I'm gonna catch up with you guys in about an hour when I've enjoyed this at a leisurely pace. It's gonna be the best hour ever. Wow. Hello again, my darlings. It is a few hours later. As always happens, I just felt so sleepy after that mac and cheese. What I have to do, my top mac and cheese tip, is to just move straight away afterwards. I had to go up on our walking pad and tackle a load of my admin while walking to ensure that I didn't go into a deep slumber, which is what can definitely happen, especially in a cozy setting when the fire is lit. But it was a solid 10 out of 10, and I now cannot wait to do my next one with the brie and cranberry. So tell me if you'd like to see that as well, or if you're a bit mac and cheesed out, because I know that it's my entire world, but I know that it's not everybody's entire world. So obviously I am filming the first few Vlogmases just a little bit in advance for reasons that I can actually take a day off in December if I want to. But even as I'm filming this, Vlogmas Day 1 has gone live, and I've seen your reactions to the intro, and oh my gosh, I feel such a sense of relief. I thought it was going to cause not mayhem, but I thought some people might be a little bit upset that we didn't use the 𝑭𝒊𝒅 song like we used last year. Charlie was actually very pro using 𝑭𝒊𝒅 again. But I think I said in the last video before Vlogmas why I was leaning towards changing, and yeah, so many of you have said that you absolutely love the Carol of the Bells, God rest ye merry gentlemen song that we did end up using for the intro. And when I tell you, we made the decision to use that song at the very last second. It was a very last minute decision, but yes, I'm so glad that everyone has loved it. So thank you so much for sharing your lovely kind words for Vlogmas Day 1. And I also wanted to say a huge thank you to those of you that share when you're watching Vlogmas. I've seen a few people sharing it to their Instagram stories. I love seeing your cozy setup where you've got the TV, people are showing me videos of their dogs watching, their babies watching, and honestly, it makes my day. I have popped on my gorgeous new pajamas from yesterday's advent, feeling very spoiled and luxurious. I've actually had these on for a couple of hours, and Charlie is currently pottering about gathering together what he thinks would be the most amazing gifts for a man. I thought this could be incredibly useful because, oh, would you like to join me? You appear to be a bit soggy. Would you like to join me or not? No? Okay. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I find men very hard to buy for. I find Charlie impossible to buy for. So I thought it could be very helpful. I know in previous years we've done proper gift guide videos, but they're a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie. And sometimes just hearing someone really casually chat about something is just as great. So I can see he's pulled together some really lovely bits and bobs, and yeah, we're gonna show you what we think would be amazing gift ideas for the man in your life, whether that's a brother, dad, husband, son, whatever. So let's hand over to Charlie. Okay, I really hope it's not too dark, but it's just very dark. What time is it?
It's mad. Well, it's 20 to 7 in fairness,
yeah.
But it was dark at like 4 o'clock here.
It sure was.
So I am talking through some of my favourite gift ideas, is that correct?
Yes, please.
I think Josie, whenever she needs more content, she just sticks the camera on me.
Honestly,
so
I do.
Apologies in advance if people have come to the channel to listen to Josie. You're going to hear my voice in the next 5 minutes.
All they've watched so far today is me making a
I think we should probably get a skip Charlie button. For
there
the
are
people
chapters.
Yeah, there are chapters. Right, so, okay, so we just thought we'd talk through some of my favourite gift ideas for Christmas. I've been told I'm good at gift ideas. I'll take that as a compliment. But to be honest, I find gift buying, I like lots of intricate things, and I guess I find gift buying quite easy, to be honest. Not for everyone, but anyway, these are things that I love and that I think most men in your life will love. Everything here has a British theme in that they are a British brand, whether they are still, yeah, I think they are all still British owned. So I guess let's start with, should we start with the more stocking fillery gifts?
Yeah.
So gift number one, stocking filler gift, is this book, The Trading Game. And just to be very clear, these are all things I've bought. Some of them are brands that we do work with from time to time, but all of these are items that I use regularly. This book I read a couple of years ago. Gary Stevenson is essentially, without boring you with a whole synopsis, he was a trader for Citibank. He's British. And it's just a really interesting insight into the finance industry, positives and negatives, and his experience. They call it a rags to riches story. He obviously did make a lot of money, and he came from a fairly sort of humble beginnings.
This isn't Wolf of Wall Street, is it? Not
Wolf of Wall Street at all. If anything, it is probably more, it's less glamorous and more negative. And I guess it just leaves you thinking and questioning things a bit more. Because obviously a lot of the world is based on these financial institutions. They have huge power from everything from pensions to government legislation. And it's just a really interesting book, and I think most men and women would find it interesting. It's not as geeky as it sounds. I'm not particularly well versed on, financial institutions, and I still found it quite easy to read. So, I mean, it's a Sunday Times bestseller. It's nothing new. This isn't a new book this year, but it's a book that I read a couple of years ago, and I've bought it this year as a gift for someone else. So, yeah, really, really good book. I might even read it again, actually, because, to be fair, it's one of those books that you could read more and more.
That would be a good book, good gift for a dad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you the synopsis just to an unforgettable story of greed, financial madness, and moral decay. Ooh. So it's probably not the most positive book, but equally it's true. So that's number one. He chucks it on the floor. There we go.
Can I make a request that you do the knives next, because it's making me nervous?
Yeah, sure. Okay, these are very much not a stocking filler. Could we please get 𝑑exy out of shot, actually?
Why?
Okay, so I would say that this is a gift that guys are unlikely to buy themselves, but a good quality knife, any male in your life that is interested in cooking, a good quality knife is an absolute must. Now, I've included two different brands. I would like you to just take 𝑑exy.
Oh, but I'm part of the programme.
So brand number one is slightly more affordable. Now, they're still expensive, but this isn't an English brand. This one is. This is from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. And it's a German brand with a lot of heritage. Obviously, German brands tend to be amazing at engineering, don't they? And they make amazing cars, but they also make amazing cookware. And yeah, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is the brand. This is one of their more basic chef's knives. It's stainless steel, easy to sharpen, and it's pretty much like utilitarian. You could use this for a lot of different things within cooking.
Can you put it in the dishwasher?
I don't know. I personally would never put it in the dishwasher.
Knives are not that hard to clean, so
you shouldn't need to put it in the dishwasher. I don't know about this one. You definitely can't with these. So that's 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is more. It's still not entry level because it's still, I think a knife like this is about 50 or 60 quid. But you have to spend money on these things if you want them to last. This will last decades. Similarly, these will last decades. This is from a bougie brand called 𝑏𝒂𝒄𝒄, who are based in Peckham in London. Really inspiring young guys who are essentially like modern day blacksmiths, and these are very much handcrafted. This price point of these are a lot more expensive, but they're beautiful knives. Really, really lovely gift. And I guess third gift idea alongside this is if you have a partner or a boyfriend, husband, whatever, or a man in your life that loves knives but already has knives, there is a small business that I use called Blade and Butler, which is an online service. It's about £6 a knife. You pay it online, they send you a box depending on how many knives you've paid for. You put your knives in, you send it back, and then they sharpen them within a week, and then they post them back.
That in itself would be a great gift, like for me to get for you. Yeah. You could order the box now.
Or you could just give them the box. Yeah, because you can just give them the empty box. I know it sounds silly, but
I've bought you a knife sharpening service. Like a lot of husbands would appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's a lovely gift. And to be honest, even a Secret Santa, if there's someone in your office that loves cooking, you could just do 3 knives. To be honest, you don't really ever need more than 3 knives. 3 knives, which would work out like 18 quid, 20 quid, don't quote me exactly, but something like that. And yeah, it's something that you wouldn't think of, but trust me, when you've had them sharpened professionally, you will never want to sharpen them yourself again, because they're just so much sharper, they last a lot longer, and they're just more functional. So that's those as a gift. We'll keep going on the sort of more stocking filler ideas.
Can I just put the knives away?
Yeah, you could. Can I do it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that, because these are freshly sharpened.
Yeah. And with Senor Saucisson on the prowl, we wouldn't want him to touch the knives. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝒆. You can join us again now, my child. Okay.
Right. So, other gift ideas, stocking filler wise, we've just put a real life, haven't we, with Daylesford, and it really is like a privilege and a joy to work with brands, all the brands we work with, but particularly when it's brands that are on our doorstep like Daylesford, that we feel like we're sort of self-appointed ambassadors. Like we, you know, a lot of people think we work with them more than we do. We just love everything they stand for. They're on our doorstep, they enrich our lives, and therefore we shout and talk about them a lot. To be completely blunt and honest, they're a small brand partner of ours in relation to budget, but we absolutely love them. So this is their hot chocolate flakes. Now, this really is the best hot chocolate you will ever try.
That's a bold statement.
It's a bold statement, and you don't even need that much. They're like whole chocolate flakes.
Yeah.
And as a stocking filler, as a Secret Santa gift, as just a small gesture, if you're going to someone's house or something, that is an awesome gift.
He's returned.
He has returned. And on the sort of Daylesford Bamford thing, this is something kind of random, but I think it's an awesome stocking filler. It's from Bamford, which is a sister brand, and it's called Strong, and it's their wintergreen balm. I haven't opened this one yet, but basically I use this a lot at night time, where it's sort of a very natural Vicks rub. So you put it here on your chest or your pulse points, it warms up. I think it might be the clove or the camphor that warms it up.
Clove.
Okay. And it also is just, it really opens your sinuses.
Oh, it does smell a bit like Vicks.
Yeah.
But much more
but
natural.
Yeah, look, we're never going to work with Vicks, so I can say this now. That's in the Bisto pile of brands that I wouldn't even work with if they...
Charlie!
If they begged me. Because they're not good for your health. And this is the thing. And this is,
Right, we're going to get an email from Vicks tomorrow.
Yeah,
like,
Vicks and Bisto can email.
£20,000
I still say no.
Instagram story.
Still say no.
Would you?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Because, yeah, I would.
That smells really good.
Anyway, this is, you also don't need as much of this. So a lot of people will look at this, and I'm sure this is a lot more expensive than Vicks, but you need a tiny amount. And this will last most of the cold season.
That I can feel that going like through my sinuses. That if your husband or you get like a sniffle all the time.
If they snore as well.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I do. And I said it to my dad, like, no, but my dad doesn't snore, I don't think. But I gave him this last Christmas, and I'm not sure he's used it, because I've seen it in the medicine cabinet at home. And I'm like, once you've tried this, you sleep really well. I wouldn't say use it every night, obviously, but if you feel a bit full of cold, that's a great gift.
It feels very cleansing.
Yeah. And on the subject of health, obviously, look, we work with Wild Nutrition. We have done for many, many years. We love Wild Nutrition. The product that was my entry-level product, and what I view to be a great entry-level product for most men and women, is ashwagandha. They make an amazing ashwagandha. It's amazing for energy levels, testosterone levels, supporting your immune system. So even if you just buy them...
It's also very calming for like mental clarity, which you probably take somewhere.
And it's something with supplements. Supplements are brilliant, right? But equally, your diet is just as important, if not more important. But you can't really get ashwagandha in your diet. It's very difficult to. So it's a great supplement to take. And yeah,
it's
a nice idea.
adaptogenic herb.
So that's that. Right, then we'll go for slightly...
Can I just ask a really random question? Yeah. Why do dogs never get like sniffles?
I don't know. But it's a bit like how a dog's born and they can walk straight away. It's bonkers.
That is crazy, isn't it?
So clever.
Imagine if a human baby was born and they could walk straight away.
Right, okay, next gift is also health related. Another brand we work with a lot, but we absolutely adore them, is 𝑽𝒊𝒅 barefoot. Are these called the Flex?
They normally say on them.
Okay, hang on.
I will not be able to.
Primus Light Knit. Right, these are my most worn. I think I have 6 different pairs, which I wear regularly. My 2 most worn are these and my walking boots, which I wear all week. These are amazing multi sort of functional gym trainer. So I would wear these lifting, which is where you really notice the benefit, because you can literally feel the ground through your shoes, which is how it should be, and you can feel your toes spreading out. So when I lift with these now, honestly, I feel like my legs are activating in a different way.
I do.
Because, well, I guess the best example would be like try and do a press up with your hands like that, try and do a press up like that. You will feel different muscles activating. But even so, you can then do lots of other more dynamic workouts with these.
I like doing lunges because your feet actually like, you feel the muscles and bones in your feet working, because you're more unstable when you're doing something like a lunge. Anything one-sided is really good.
But I think that Vivo have many different trainers that suit different sort of disciplines, different lifestyles. These are a great entry-level one, because these are, as I say, multifunctional, and I think also they're not the widest. Because what can happen with Vivos, you can wear them, and from your POV perspective, they can look quite big. Actually, when you see them in the mirror, and obviously people wear things and they want to be comfortable wearing them, but these just look awesome.
They're trendy.
Exactly. So they're a really good entry-level product if you want to get people into Vivos.
I just want to show the camera up close. They're kind of knitted, and if anyone's not heard us banging on about Vivos before, we love them because they are the barefoot style of shoe, and one of the main reasons why people that are maybe a generation older than us often get like knee and hip and back problems is actually because of the
how constricted your feet are.
Yeah.
But this is the thing.
You need to be able to move the muscles in your feet.
Your feet, it's what you're on all day, like it's bonkers. But
what did your dad always say?
Yeah, shoot. No, well, it isn't. Look, it's a well-known saying, but the two things you should invest in are a good mattress and a good pair of shoes. Because you spend half your day in both.
Half your life in bed and half your life on your feet.
So, and a British founded brand, so that's awesome. Couple of others, we'll work our way up to the more expensive ones then. So this is a business that I'm sure loyal subscribers will be familiar with us talking about, and another business that we were customers of. We talked about their products, we drove some sales for them, and they were very grateful. And we have that sort of mutual understanding where they kindly send us some nice things and we champion them really in a nice organic way. So this is the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝑴𝒆. This is the particular product that I think is a game changer because it's a welly remover or any shoe remover. Now, for anyone that lives in the countryside, it's an essential. And it also, I think we've got them at the cottages and people regularly ask about them. And
what do they ask?
Where they're from? Because there is a subtle _𝑭𝒂 on the back, but you know, understandably, I like the fact that it's not heavily logoed, but they look really nice, like against the wall, and they're just a really nice gift. We've gifted a few people them, haven't we?
Do you know what we should do? We should do from like a business side on our store top website. We should do a shop for cottages.
Well, we're going to do the QR codes. We've been really slow on the website with Straw Top. We've been very lucky; it's been so busy.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's a business we spend a lot of time and passion on. But that sort of stuff, the more businessy stuff, probably falls away a little bit because we just want people to have a great experience. But that will improve it. So but they have some amazing products. They have matchboxes, they have chopping boards, they have, honestly, there's a gift on the 𝑭𝒂 𝒂 for every guy in your life. And it's British made, and it's a British family business. So you're supporting, of all these businesses, this is probably the smallest in terms of operation, which I think is really, really nice to support, particularly during these sort of slightly trickier times. Right, last two ideas. This is a really nice gift if you're looking for something personalised, which is 𝑭𝒂, another brand that we haven't worked with, but they've kindly sent us some nice things. This is something that, well, my dad doesn't watch Josie's YouTube, so that's a good thing.
Well,
I don't really want to unwrap this. I'm not going to unwrap this, but essentially I've got one myself, which is a lovely leather glasses case. So whether you've got sunglasses or for my dad for his reading spectacles, I just think it's a really nice gift. This is a burgundy, Bordeaux, oxblood leather, grain leather with his initials on. It's called Bordeaux. And it's a glasses case, but once again, there's gifts on 𝑭𝒂's website for everyone, and it's a British brand. It was established in 1934.
You have your watch holder from 𝑭𝒂.
I have a watch wrap from them, which I bought. I've got a wallet, key ring, like AirPod key ring, which is really useful. They've got lovely gifts, and they've got a raw warrant, I think, which I always love the idea of. I think that's a real stamp of quality. And the final brand, which definitely have a raw warrant, good at segueing today, is Penhaligon's. Now, to be fair, these guys have been on our list of brands to work with for a long time and we never have. So if anyone's watching from Penhaligon's, please, we'd love to work with you because we love the brand. And I always whack this fragrance out in the more winter cold months. Now, it is more expensive. This is the most expensive of all these things. This is 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 leather. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is a nice one and it's very oudy, but it's the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 leather which I think is the best. And almost every day that I wear this, I have someone ask me where it's from. 2 people in the change room at Bamford asked me today. And I think it smells great on everyone. It's a really strong scent. It's great for the colder months. Funny because oud is something that actually came obviously from from Arabia, and it's worn in warmer climates. But I think in the UK it works quite well in the colder months.
Yeah.
And you don't need much of it, so that's the other thing. It is expensive, this bottle, but you need like 2 sprays. And it's just a lovely scent and a really, really like bougie luxury gift. So yeah, they have some other great scents as well, but I think 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 Leather is just a real game changer.
Yeah.
And it's a British brand, as I say. They've got a nice shop in London, haven't they?
They do.
When were they established?
We're not too sure where that stopped recording, but we were probably mid-flow about our love of Penhaligon's.
And Citizens of Sword, we're talking, I guess, other gift ideas subscription-based, so depending on how much you want to spend, of course. Citizens of Sword is a brand that we fell in love with, and subscription-based. British-based, founded by 2 lovely Americans who live in the UK. And that's another really nice idea. And to be fair, I think even if you just order a bottle from them as a gift to take, as someone that doesn't drink, I would much rather people turn up with a bottle of lovely olive oil than a bottle of red wine, because you don't drink red wine either. And I think it's a nice thing to take if someone's hosting on Christmas.
Any other kind of subscriptions or experiences?
I mean, we've still really rated Nonna Tonda as pasta subscription, don't we? Don't go near Pasta Evangelist, they've gone really downhill. Nonna Tonda is fantastic. Similarly, Riverford food subscription is another lovely, lovely business. What are you laughing about?
You're so like unfiltered. Don't go near that, and they've gone downhill.
Well, I was devastated. Pasta Evangelists were a fabulous company. I think they must have got bought because I ordered them. We've experienced it firsthand. Like they just went, which
you
does
know where
happen.
they are still good though is in Harrods.
Yeah,
they've got a salad pasta bar.
It's not the same product, is it? Anyway, not a fan of Harrods either. But it's just changed too much. It's not. It doesn't feel like Harrods anymore. It's just lost its soul. I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me on this. I think there's nicer places to shop.
Charlie Hines Unfiltered.
Maybe we do a podcast one day. The problem is, look, it's an opinion. You can disagree with me. That's fine. But I'm not a fan of it. What other subscriptions? I think there's some wonderful subscriptions, obviously, with regards to like even audiobooks that we've started to listen to and things like that. And look, it's difficult. I think health-related gifts are a really important thing as your family members get a bit older, because I think we're really lucky now that there's
a gift to organise someone what's that place I went to? Necco Health.
Yeah.
Organising a Necco Health scan for someone would be really good.
That would be great.
Yeah.
And then experiences, of course.
Holiday to the Maldives.
Yeah, I think the one challenge I think with experience gifts, which are always really thoughtful, but everyone leads such busy lives nowadays that I think I say nowadays, maybe always people have, but it's hard to find the time to fit those in. But yeah, there's just some British businesses, and you know what, like maybe we can link a few charities that we think are brilliant down below as well if you want to give someone a gift in that way, because I really rate that, and it's nice to support those. But I think similarly, if there are people people looking and watching this video from abroad, probably sick of me badgering on about British businesses, but by all means, if you live in Sweden, I would say look for Swedish businesses first before you look abroad. Similarly, if you're in the US, look for American businesses. If you're, wherever you live.
If you're from Mars.
Well, yeah.
Well,
support homegrown first, no?
Yeah, thank you.
And final gift, of course, the straw top stay we could do.
Yes, make sure you, although that's, I would say, a husband to a wife, organise a straw top stay.
Yeah.
Or a sausage dog!
Can't promise Dexter will turn up, but it's definitely Dexter approved. Right, we're going to cook some dinner, aren't we?
Thank you,
anyway,
darling. That was
thanks for putting up with me.
Useful.
Anyone that's put me on mute, you can press unmute now. Right.
Perfect.
My goodness, this lighting is crazy. I've actually got a mini battery powered ring light, which is proving very helpful for these dark Vlogmas evenings. It's probably a little bit too bright, probably not doing the best things for my circadian rhythm. I've got a 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 chamomile and lavender tea. Herbal teas are the way forward to keep your liquid consumption up during the colder months. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 renewal treatment oil is all I'm putting on my skin this evening. Sometimes I do a full kind of essence and then serum and then moisturizer, but sometimes when I just want to get into bed I use a nice oil, and I feel like an oil is nourishing and hydrating and gives a glow, and it's everything in one. So this is actually where I'm going to end today's vlog. Nothing else exciting is going to happen. We're going to carry on watching The Night Manager and go to bed. So I feel like this has been quite a short Vlogmas, but that's just how it's going to go. Some of them are going to be shorter, some of them are going to be longer. Some days will be out the house doing fun things, like tomorrow we're heading out, and then the next day I'm out all day with a friend and we're going to be doing so many lovely things. So yeah, the upcoming vlogs will be a lot more action-packed, but hopefully that is the joy of Vlogmas, just seeing what everyone else is really up to in real time. Please let me know who else's Vlogmas videos you've been enjoying watching. I feel like there are just so many to watch, and I love catching up with, I feel like I just catch up with so many pals in the evening while I'm taking off my makeup. I've just been watching Lauren's Christmas in the Cotswolds, her weekend vlog. I'm gonna watch Flir's video next. And I also really randomly enjoy watching the 60-minute Australia videos. They are always so interesting, and they're quite good ones to download if you've got like a long car journey or a long plane journey or something like that. But anyway, my darlings, I feel like my brain isn't really working anymore because it's nearly 9 p.m, very much my bedtime, so I'm going to bid you good night. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.